Captain? When are you coming back? Captain! Hello? Miss?
My mind is bursting at the seams. I can barely transcribe my designs before 100 more flood into my head. I have reduced my sleep to 3 hours each night. Yet still, I feel I need another lifetime to achieve what is within me. No matter what I do, there is never enough time. At first, I planned to use ethanol as a gasoline extender while I finished building the electric generators. But due to a lack of availability, I had to experiment. Much to my surprise, I found that tequila works.
Mr. Tesla, whilst I have the greatest respect for you as a fellow engineer, I must say the accusation you made in your letter did nothing short of horrify me. To suggest that my brother's death was anything other than a tragic accident is a profoundly offensive notion. I loved my brother just as my father did. I have no idea how or why you would claim to know such details anyway, since the event occurred more than 15 years ago. Sincerely, Augustus Vanderberg, Esquire.
My mind is bursting at the seams. I can barely transcribe my designs before 100 more flood into my head. I have reduced my sleep to 3 hours each night. Yet still, I feel I need another lifetime to achieve what is within me. No matter what I do, there is never enough time. 3 nights ago, I had a dream. It felt more vivid than my waking hours. In the dream, I saw a new design, a radio of some kind. When I woke, I found I had sketched the blueprint in my sleep. Impossible, and yet it was so. Today, a reporter was visiting my workshop. They saw the blueprint and asked what it does. I lied and said it was a means to contact the dead, a spirit radio. But the truth is, I do not know what it does, only that I must build it.
Tesla, rich men like you are always fascinated by men like me. Men from the mud. Your offer got my attention. But remember, just because meat gets a lion's attention, it don't mean that you want to be there when he comes sniffing for it. See you soon. Victor Mundy.
The man in room 3327. Wednesday, January 8th, 1997. Last week, an unknown Serbian-born man was found dead in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel. What makes his story unusual is that according to his passport, he was 141 years old. If true, that made him the oldest person in human history. The man's name had been scored out of his passport, as if to hide his identity. The question is, why? Vanderberg boy drowns. The eldest son of railroad magnate Marcus Vanderberg drowned last night while playing on the ice of Longton River with his brother Augustus. Heir to the family riches, Marcus was often hailed by his father as the better son. Sarah Bernhardt knocks them dead. The famed actress took to the Paris stage last week, dazzling audiences with her interpretation of Shakespeare's Hamlet. Notorious theatre critic Benjamin Brantley praised her performance, saying, "This is a woman who knows tragedy. Is there any role she cannot play?" Swan's contract of servitude. This indenture, made the 19th day of June between Oliver Swan and Nikola Tesla, declares that Mr. Swan shall labor in servitude to Mr. Tesla in exchange for his passage from Zanzibar. This agreement shall stand until such time as the custom of the country declares it null and void. Today, my assistant, Flora, finally received news of her husband. I know I am expected to comfort her, but my mind is consumed with completing the spirit radio. I do not know what it will do when I switch it on, but I will find out tonight. Today, my assistant, Flora, finally received news of her husband. I know I am expected to comfort her, but have I gone mad? I sit night after night listening to the spirit radio, but there is nothing but static, electrical impulses. What was I expecting to find? I have sacrificed weeks upon weeks for nothing. I am a fool. Today, my assistant. Come, my friends. 'Tis not too late to seek a newer world. Push off, and sitting well in order smite the sounding furrows. For my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset, and the paths of all the western stars, forever.
Monsieur Tesla, I'm afraid your bizarre offer to make my mistake undone falls on deaf ears. For you see, I do not regard what I did as a mistake at all. That wretched old man abused dozens of women just like me. I could not let that continue. I do not know how you found out, but this secret will remain a secret, or it will be the worse for you. Vouliez agréer, Sarah Bernard.
From this moment, my life is changed forever. The sounds from the spirit radio were not random. They were a message, instructions in Morse code teaching me how to tune the radio. And when I did tune it, a voice spoke to me. I cannot bring myself to write his name. Not yet. But I knew immediately who it was. He told me to close my workshop here in Colorado, to travel to Heston Island and purchase the house there, no matter the cost. Flora thinks I am mad. But tomorrow, I will do just that. The man on the radio told me to search beneath the house. He told me I would find a passageway carved deep into the bedrock of the island. And at the end of that passage would be a door. He was right. That door must have been sealed for 100 years. But when I opened it, I found a letter inside, addressed to me from him. In it, he told me what the room can do. And I believe him.
Nicola, how many tears must I shed? How desperate do you want me to be? Are you so inhuman that you cannot understand how I feel? You cannot keep me away forever. I am coming to the island again. This time I will not take no for an answer. Sincerely, Flora.
It has been challenging to divert resources for Mr. Westinghouse's project so that I may build the Wardenclyffe Tower here in secret. But at last, it is complete. The hydroelectrics are almost in place, and soon the storm generator will be functional. Flora does not know why I am building these things, and so she cannot understand my impatience. But they are integral to making the room work. Where is Tesla? Once a flamboyant man about town, the inventor Nikola Tesla has not been seen in over 5 months. After abandoning his workshop in Colorado Springs, rumors have spread that he has taken his own life. Fellow inventor Thomas Edison commented, "Wherever he is, I wish Nikola only the best. I imagine that mediocrity is a terrible burden." Mundy trial erupts in violence. The London florist Victor Mundy attacked and mutilated his own daughter in a packed courtroom today. Mary Mundy, age 7, was testifying against her father for the murder of her mother. Mr. Mundy was later sentenced to 26 years in prison. Flora found the room under the house. In my excitement, I told her what it can do. That was a mistake. She wanted to use it, of course, but I forbid her. She was angry. I had to send her away. I need a new assistant who will not be tempted by what they might see here. Tesla dead. Friday, January 8th, 1943. The once famous engineer and inventor Nikola Tesla committed suicide yesterday when he jumped from the window of his room on the 30th floor of the New Yorker Hotel. Fellow residents say he seemed subdued and downcast in the days leading up to his death. According to the hotel manager, Mr. Tesla had isolated himself after a long series of professional failures. His remains will be buried at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. Miskatonic University, Arkham Library. Card number 1916. Name, Nikola Tesla. Address, 454 Angel Street, Providence. Book on loan, Necronomicon by Abdul El-Hazred. March 15th, 1937. Disgraced Swedish detective quits. Detective Gustav has taken early retirement from the Swedish police force. Once famous as the inspiration for the mystery novel, the detective so good they named him twice, Gustav is now better known for foolishly releasing his own prime suspect during a murder investigation. Following his recent divorce and financial troubles, Gustav is not expected to return to law enforcement.
An Actor Never Lies by Thomas Abramoff. The great actor's mission is to tell a lie that is indistinguishable from the truth. But beware. An audience smells a lie as a shark smells blood. The acting techniques found in these pages will teach you how to make the untrue become true. You will learn to live as your character, night and day, until you are but a memory. Only the character will survive.
Where does he get his ideas? Thomas Edison seems to have more ideas than one man could master. Ask him, and he will tell you he has the mind of 10 men hidden inside his remarkable cranium. A charming gentleman, with a wit only matched by his education, Edison puts it all down to sleep. He rests a mere 6.5 hours each night. Letter. Tesla to Edison. Dearest Thomas, let us dispense with euphemism. We both know you did not invent the famous Edison phonograph. It was the work of Louis Le Prince, a man who then took his own life because you stole his life's work. This is the last time I will ask you. Come to the island, or I will tell the world. Thomas, I can make your mistake undone. Sincerely, Nikola. Letter.
Mr. Edison, you promised innovation. You promised greatness. Yet 10 months after investing in you, we are still left wanting. If you cannot fulfill your obligation to us, do not expect us to fulfill our financial obligation to you. Sincerely, J.P. Morgan.
Experiment number 194. After some initial apprehension, Mr. Swan held on to the copper cables. But when the lightning struck, the charge burned his hands, just as it burned Flora's hands a few months ago. He was upset. Mr. Swan feels he has suffered in this house. I placated him with a promise that I would repay him in kind when I write my last will and testament. Pain will not stand in the way of discovery. We will repeat the experiment tomorrow.
Miss? Are you all right?